Right. Well, last night, me and Smash ended up having a conversation about Nubian hands being chopped off. So I was going to share a little bit of the conversation and exactly what happened and how I was proven wrong. So now we'll play a little bit of this late night build right here. This is the late night build where we started to get
How that work, man?
the beef with the
Am I tripping?
Nubians.
No, you just don't understand. Do you not?
This is where we started getting to the beef with the Nubians. And exactly
And when you don't
what
see it, oh,
happened.
now they're not. So ascribe
To
to
all these
saying they
texts here.
serve.
Well, I don't think there's a word.
Son of Ibana. So this is
But it's
where
not
he
the same
ended
as
up
being
showing.
weak smash. It's definitely
This is we come up to the part where he actually ended up showing me cuckoo where I was wrong in terms of Nubian hands being chopped off. So I'm just gonna play it, let you guys see it, and then we're gonna move on from there.
not the same as being weak. Weak mean you're a sucker. Vile mean you're filthy. It's two to me. It's two different things. That can't be right.
How you gonna translate it? Wives.
Hamet could be, Hamet could just be women.
All right, so two women was given to.
Yeah, but there is no word for slave, really.
I'm fine. But if you just cut off three hands, you got two men, some gold, and two ladies gave to you.
As vile
Let's
also means weak.
Yeah, okay.
let's
It
go
does.
back a little bit.
Driving the fleet is the tank. Man, this is the
Let's go
first.
back a little bit, man, because I think
Robert the Fortress
let's go back a little bit.
and Matt.
That can't be right.
How you gonna translate it? Wives.
Hamet could be,
So this is the part
Hamet
where
could just
he's
be
talking
women.
about
All right, so
cutting
two
off hands
women
of
was
people
given
from the
to.
south.
Yeah, but there is no word for slave, really.
I'm fine. But if you just cut off three, you got two men, some gold, and two ladies gave to you, bruh.
Listen, I'm still gonna say
Are
that's
you
a bit
saying two
word.
ladies just walked up at the bar and he was
I'll
kicking
say
it?
it this way. I'll say it this way. Let me use the word. I think it more means unwilling servant, not directly
I
slave.
mean, this type
But
of
these words,
servitude. Well, let's talk about this servitude. This type
I'm
of
still,
servitude is most often rooted in humble servitude, but it don't look like it in this way.
yeah, but it's not for life. I don't think they're gonna
Man,
be that
I
way.
don't want to go there. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, but it's not for life. What about this particular instance when she was standing there and he had three hands? Like, come on.
Well, three hands is three hands, so I can't argue that point. There's no getting around it because it tells you who it was.
He had two living men bound
Right,
up, too.
right. Living captives.
So, I mean.
Right. He had two
Now
living
check this
captives.
out.
He had two living captives and three hands. That don't say slave, though. That say prisoner
His
of war.
Majesty sailed northward, rejoicing in strength and vigor, having captured the Southerners and Northerners. But right here, when he talking about Southerners, they say Reshi, Reshu, and Mehetiu.
So where's the difference?
It just say Southerners and Northerners in another way. Then whoever that is, Atta must have thought he was a boss. Let's look at this. And then Atta, Oh no.
It looked like something is missing there, right?
No. Well, they got Ata, here go Ata, but then there's
Right.
a hand after it. And then they say Jew is way back here. So this is the whole Ata word.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Because that's not another determinant. So that's why it got you. You is this word. Let me show you. If you put an IW, that word gonna pop up, right?
Right.
Yeah,
That
because
means,
those feet are often also a word.
right. That means he came forth to the south.
See.
And going the other way means he's going away from, right? With his point.
IW, right? Well, when I put shit in here, it don't want to pop up no more. JW, let's put IW. Now it just be boosted. Oh, so what? Which IW we looking for again? Man, there it goes. I was just showing you the feet is IW, right?
Yeah.
But see, look, don't. So if it's a math problem and you see the feet, what you gonna do?
Add.
Or square, but it's still gonna be IW. If it's square, it's gonna be sesh. But we ain't doing math right now, and I'm not good at math.
Right.
Somebody need to master the math and teach us all that shit. That'll be a good thing to do, like learn all the math shit. Not was. This is in front. Now I in front. He's not in Nahesi no more. And some dude named Atta came from the south. And I don't know. He's saying something. When exists true, it's true. I don't know why they say I found property. Whatever, that's probably what it means.
I fought properly.
And his majesty, I fought properly, bruh. Did I say I found property? You keep reading, bruh.
I fought properly.
I'm
His ma-
busting raps in here and shit.
and,
I fought properly, I found properly.
and His Majesty saw my valor. Right.
I just need to find a lighter, man. Y'all can read. I can't even read. That's what I told you. This that marathon right here. Nipsey, shout out to Nipsey. I said I fired up that pack. That's the first good pack all day. And after that, I couldn't read no more. You don't remember that? Uh-huh.
You gotta move the text up if you want me to read, Smash.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Hold on. I was looking for something. Go ahead.
Eni dirt 2. I carried
now
off.
you're reading the meta. Go ahead.
Right. Mas and Hemeth. I carried off 2 hands and presented them to His Majesty. Then his people and his cattle were pursued. I brought a captive and presented him to His Majesty. I brought to Egypt from Upper Well in 2 days.
You brought him to Egypt, huh?
Well, people, I just dropped the link in the chat. So if you're interested in coming into chat, you could do so. Let me try it again because it's giving me trouble. I don't know why. Let me drop it again. Let me drop the link again. There it is. Right. So if anybody wants to come in, you can most definitely come in, right? So if you want to come in, you could definitely come in, right? You can definitely come in because I dropped the link in the chat. So let me go ahead, go back to Smash, and if anyone's interested, they could come in.
More female slaves, right? As what?
booty.
In addition to those who I have presented to His Majesty.
Then I was appointed to be warrior of the
Uh-oh.
The link is in the chat,
Then
so
I
you
could
can come in
face
if you want.
Egypt. Hepakari justified as he sailed southward to Kent.
And Nefer, that's the same place where they smoked the Nubian in the last text. To crush the rebellion throughout the lands and to drive off the intrusion from the desert region. I show valor in his presence at the cataract. Man, I want to get to where he says something about the Nubians. I'm just skipping through. He said hella shit about the Nubians. All right, there it go. You ain't gonna like this one. Go ahead.
That wretched Nubian nomad hung with his head downward from the prow of the falcon ship of His Majesty one landed at Karnak.
Now we read this before and was axis. He tied the Nubian to the front of his boat, bro. We went over this text already.
I know that.
Look at the Nubian right here.
Okay.
See, it's not a Nubian, it's a Southerner, but I'm just using the euphemism right now. It wasn't like he did this to a person of a particular people group. That person,
You guys want
was
to
of
come
a
in? The
particular
link is in the
group,
chat, so
but
you
the
guys can
text
come in.
isn't indicating which group that was. To him, they just was smashing on people from the south, expanding their land. But this prow of the falcon ship is probably supposed to be the bow.
The bow.
Yeah, the bow, right?
Right, and the bow is the front.
Yeah.
So Samuel said was wild, or he just didn't like Nubian. He just didn't like Southerners. Then.
No, you keep saying that. He keep telling you why he did it. Thereafter, one proceeded to retinue.
He just didn't like Southerners.
Now, see, then you say, oh, he just didn't like Asiatics because he's going back to retinue.
Yeah, but he didn't give any. But he said they are untrustworthy people. He didn't say why, and he called them cowards, but he didn't say why.
He don't like them. All right, that's how you feel.
He just don't like them.
No, that's not true because he included all of them as part of his kingdom. You'll see. It was just war talk. It says, and when His Majesty reached Naharina, His Majesty LPH found that enemy marshaling troops. He carried out a large massacre among them. Countless were the captives that His Majesty brought away from his victories. Now, I was in the van of the army again, the van of the army, right? And His Majesty saw my valor. I brought away a chariot, its horses, and him who was on it as a captive, and presented them to His Majesty. I was rewarded with gold once more. I've grown old and reached old age. I've grown old and reached old age. Well, the favors towards me as the favor towards Jesus Christ.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that seems to be it. So I'm going to stop the video right there. Nobody seems to want to come in. So I'm just going to end it here. Cuckoo! Ladies and gentlemen, no one seems to want to come in. So I think I'm going to end it right here. And we're going to actually probably do another live a little bit later, right? We're going to actually probably do another live a little bit later, right? Cuckoo! Later.